In this video, we will give a brief overview for production runs. The system provides a wealth of up-to-the-minute process information that can help determine bottlenecks in production, provide ways to see where each run is in real time, and have operational overviews on production lines and tasks. This system simulates dairy production lines. Each production line has a couple of stages. As a line may be doing milk powder one day and baby formula the next, there may be special cleaning requirements. The first stage is a pre-start stage, where everything that needs to be done to start a stage needs to be completed. Then, in parallel, we start the ongoing cleaning process, the cleaning verification process, and the monitoring process. After these stages have all completed, there is a final verification check, where a document is generated for compliance. This screen shows batch monitoring, the view a production manager uses. Depending on how many lines you have, you'll see more of these panels across the form. At a glance, the manager can tell which lines are active or in another state. For example, line 2 is currently in progress. Its pre-start steps are complete, and the line is now actively manufacturing the product. There's also a monitoring status that requires someone to go to the factory floor and record data points. Those measurements appear here as a running average. Right now, there's only one observation, but as more measurements come in, the values update in real time so the manager can see exactly what's happening. Below, there's a list of batch runs which can also be preloaded. Let's start one now so we can create a new production run. The data for the products could potentially be integrated from an ERP system. We can select a certified pre-start operator, the cleaning operator and the cleaning verifier, and save the batch run as a draft to preload the run. If other people need to be assigned on the day of the run, they can be updated and the run can be submitted to start the process. Once the workflow has started, the manager can click on the View Flow link from the batch monitoring screen. This will show an overview of the process. Here we can see it is currently at the pre-start activity. We can now go to the Tasks section. Here we can see that the Perform Pre-Start activity has been allocated to this user. The folio field will be unique to each production run for identification. They can open the task by double-clicking the line item. This form will be unique to each client's requirements. In this example, we have the batch details at the top and a set of data fields that must be captured that can be dynamically validated. These forms can be accessed via mobile devices, so it can be done from the floor. Fields like capturing images or signatures are also supported. If anything is drastically wrong at this point, the user can raise an escalation to a responsible person. Depending on the channels the client has available, the escalation can be an SMS, an email, a new workflow task, or a whole new process. Now that the form has been completed, we can check the batch monitoring to see that line 1 is now active. The pre-start shows as completed, and if we do a view flow, we can see that the workflow has now split into 3 activities. For this demo system, the monitoring process will loop so that multiple data sets can be captured. The workflows can, however, be changed to the client's needs, as some may not require parallel processes or non-looping ones. If we go back to the tasks form, we can see that the 3 tasks have been assigned, in this case to the same user, but in an actual production environment, it would be to different people. If we open the monitoring action, we can capture data for this observation. As before, an escalation can be raised if intervention is required. Clicking Continue will capture this set of data, and then assign a new task for the next data monitoring activity. Selecting Complete will signal the process that this is the last monitoring activity to take place for this batch. We will select Continue. When we check the Tasks form, we will see that the next monitoring action has been assigned, and when we check the Batch monitoring form, we will see that the values are now shown for line 1. We can go back to the tasks and capture the next monitoring activity data. This time we will select Complete. If we check the batch monitoring form, the new averages have been calculated from the 2 observations. Checking the production run below will also show that the monitoring has completed. Opening the cleaning task provides a cleaning checklist form. The benefit of having data captured electronically is that it is all stored in the database, where the data can be used later for trend analysis and other business information artifacts. Escalations can be raised as before, but we will select Complete to complete the task. Opening the cleaning verification task shows a read-only view where the user can see who did the cleaning task and when they did it. It also shows the data and corrective actions if they were captured. At the bottom, any previous comments are shown, and this user can add their own comments as well. All this data is recorded for compliance. We can select Complete to finish this task. We can now check the batch processing form to see that all the parallel steps have completed. The only thing left to do is to complete the final check. When this form is opened, the user can view all the data that was recorded. This includes the pre-start and cleaning data, as well as all the monitoring and comments. Let's select Complete to end this production run. In terms of reporting, there are two main views to look at. The first is the production form, which shows all the production runs. Selecting a specific run will show all the actions that have taken place and when they happened. Lastly, we have the platform view. Here you take a look across the instances of this process. For instance, if we check the last 90 days, we can see how many of these instances we had and on which days most production took place. You can see trained analysis across the instances. For example, you can see average times across specific activities to determine where inefficiencies may lie. You can drill down to the activity level. How many pre-starts do we have? What's the averages? When did it happen? And so on, right down to the individual activity information. Thanks for watching. As always, for more information, please contact us at info@LakeTree.com.